you're having a good time and taking in the outdoors.
The fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning.
Get done for the interior and just for functionality, but I still need to do a lot of aesthetic stuff, like across the top, if I can point at it. Diamond plating, I want to put all the way across the top, so that's probably the next thing I'm gonna do. Like I said, I came up with the idea in like 2014 or 15, and back then I had never seen anything like this. And I put out a video explaining what I was going to do, and since then I've actually seen some motovans like this come up. So even back then I found a couple on auction sites, but I just wasn't ready to get one yet. And so I figured, oh, I'll just wait a little bit. Well, one never came back up that was a 7.3 turbo diesel like this one. So what I ended up doing was just going on eBay, and I found one on there in Zionsville, Indiana, and I flew over there and drove it all the way back over the course of like 3 or 4 days. It was a pretty epic trip. But yeah, it was definitely just a straight ambulance when I got it, and it really still is, but there are some things I've done to it, and I'll show you the interior. But I've basically just made the interior separate from the crank batteries. That's the main thing I wanted to do. So I put solar up on top, I'm feeding a battery, and I have an inverter, so that way everything is completely separate from the crank batteries. So if I just run out of power, I run out of power. It's not that big of a deal. Even with 2 solar panels right now, it actually holds up pretty well though. Like I'll use a little bit of power like during the night, but usually by about 2 p.m. the next day it's fully charged. So it's been working out pretty awesome. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, this is something that a lot of people have given me a hard time about, and as it progresses, I hear less and less of the haters. It's going pretty good. That's always a good sign that you have a good idea though. Like I said, people are hating on it. Yeah, so I've got the moto transport system just bolted down, and so I can take all of this off really easy. It's just held on by some wing nuts, so I can take that out and it's pretty much flush on the ground that way. And that way I line the bike up the same every time. It locks into place. There's no trying to adjust anything, so that works out really well for me. Like all of these make it clean. You can like just close them up like I just did, and everything's secure and clean looking. On the walls I just used wallpaper, and then I've put some vinyl coating over the top of that in certain places just to try to protect it a little bit more. And that's worked out pretty well for me, although I need to go over it again in certain places, and I need to finish up a lot of this too. I haven't quite finished a lot of it. the bed pulls out about midway out, and then that back cushion comes down and it turns into a bed. Alright, this is what the ambulance looks like on the inside when I've unloaded the bikes and everything. Pretty roomy and pretty comfy. It's pretty nice. Just put my window covering up there. Yeah, this is a pretty comfortable thing to sleep in for sure. Got my t-shirt blanket. I've got a wide variety of t-shirts and patches. I like it. It's getting pretty good. It's getting better and better. Just need to finish up the back wall and the lower part of this. There's definitely plenty to do, but mostly aesthetic stuff. Looking pretty good. I built all of that out of 1x4s and screws. It's not professional. None of this is professional. I've done all of this, so it's a real amateur job, which is okay with me as long as it works. It's got character. So here's the fridge. Got some fridge magnets on there. Microwave, all running off solar. My cooking setup is just propane, and I can just pull that out if I want to. Like in this parking spot, I have a picnic table, which is really nice. I'll just pull that out and I'll use the picnic table to cook on. That is amazing. That's an external power supply, or the portable power supply. That's really good for pumping up tires, and it has a compressor actually on it as well. Yeah, that thing is so nice. You can jump your battery. You can jump start your car with it. You can pump up your tires. You can fill anything with air. It's really, really nice. And then you can just plug cell phones into it or whatever you need. What else have I done? All the wiring, all of the lighting is just wired right into that. And I've set up a switch over here. So you just hit these switches and that'll turn that on, which is super bright. That'll light it up really well in here at night. And then if I just don't want to use any of my power, this just runs off of, I think, AA's. And so I just flip that on just for enough light to be able to see. I don't even know if that's working. But it gives off enough light to where I can see in here. Just for basic lighting. Yeah, I haven't cleaned any of this up, so this is exactly how I run things in here, like when I'm camping. This is just all thrown in here. Pretty much everything ends up on the bed. Like that sleeping bag is basically what I use for bedding. And then I've got a little coat hook up there. I'm bringing my brother's sweatshirt to him, so that's his. And then I usually bring a coat off to the left there. Got my garbage up there. Lots of storage in here. That's another really good thing about this format. Like I said, ambulances are already designed for people to be in them. So it's got AC back here, it's got lighting, it's got good ventilation. I can't think of any vehicle that would be more perfectly designed for a moto camping situation. I mean, the flooring is real utilitarian stuff. That way you can roll a bike in here. You can just sweep it out. What I do is I just sweep it out every time before I use it again. Or if it's a little bit muddy, I'll just use a mop on it. It's real easy cleanup. Yeah, I'm trying to give you guys kind of a thorough idea or a thorough video on the ambulance, since a lot of people have been liking the ambulance videos recently, and I just haven't done one because I haven't done a whole lot to it. A lot of the things I'm doing right now are detail-oriented things, just little stuff. Like I pulled out the center console. It's going to be a mess up front, but yeah, I pulled out the center console, so I've got more room to work, and then I added some cup holders, and yeah, like I said, it's a mess up there. I definitely need to clean some things up. Working on some blinds so that I can have privacy at night. That was awkward last time I went camping in a big group. So